Hey guys, me and Team here, and welcome to another Zork versus Terran match, which has been my hardest matchup, pretty much since I started playing this game. And, well, ever since I switched to Zerg anyway. So my opponent is the red Terran, and I'll be the Zerg in blue. Let's go. And yeah, this is coming off of two losses in the Platinum League solo against Terrans, where I lost with like a 10 supply army advantage and hard counters to my opposition. Like I had Ultralisks, and they were going down the Marines without Marauders, for example. And I don't know what to say there, because I had the large army. And it just seemed like I didn't have any decent counters. But I've learned since then a couple things in terms of the economy game you can play or whatever. And unit composition. Namely, I've learned to use infestors a little bit better, or at all. And I don't know. It still seems like all the hard counters to Marines and, well, 3M in general, the Terran can compensate for while still using the infantry ball. Like supposedly Banelings would counter Marines, but no, not really, because they get shot en route to the Marines, or whatever. The Marines can scatter and hamper their effectiveness. The other problem is, like, yeah, you can some people burrow to ambush, and that's nice when you can do it, but some Terran will actually pull around Ravens, or, they'll scanner sweep you to make sure they're not walking into a trap, and then you're kind of SOL, because your Banelings are burrowed and they will attack them. So I don't really like Banelings as a counter to mass Terran, well, infantry or mechanical units. So here I'm feeling the Reaper harass. I really can't get into a race to scout too much, but it's kind of predictable thing. Terran does not have to do it. They opt for an expansion, which I'm already suspecting, but I can't get there that way. So I'm going to throw a couple Zerglings away until I eventually get over there to see. And yeah, here we go. We got Marines and Marauders. But this is why I really hate Terran, and I think it's the real reason that they're a little strong compared to the other races, is these are basic structures, and they are basic structures available that pretty much anyone would build in any game. And Terran is the only race that can do this, that can completely wall their base without any special investment whatsoever, and really only like a couple tier 1 units, and they completely wall their base. And yeah, you can do a Baneling bust, but then they can just build another layer of crap here and you can't get through, or alternatively use their SCVs and just beat you with numbers. So that's no good. Anyway, I do find the expansion here, and I'm going to apparently do a lot of damage to SCVs for no good reason anyway. And yeah, I built up a force of lings, and I have the speedling thing going on, so that'll be useful when it comes out, trying to harass the expansion or get rid of the expansion. I noticed the forces that came to deal with my Zerglings were not all that impressive, so off I go. Meanwhile, I've teched lair, and that's really kind of necessary to deal with anybody's air. But also, I want Ultralisks, because, well, they're useful. And okay, here we go. Attack on the expansion. Suppose I should put this on. Yeah, it was just out of position in general. And if I didn't have a significant advantage in terms of numbers there, I would have lost that fight, but I didn't, so I probably should have waited for my Speedlings upgrade, but I didn't want to give them too much time. And sure enough, the 3M knocks me down there. But I've got another force coming, and now I do have Speedlings, so I can harass that expansion some more with the Zerglings while I'm just going through tech and building up gas and whatever. And here's the thing, like, look at all these minerals I have. That is not ideal play. And some of you were telling me on YouTube that I don't need more hatcheries because I can just use queens instead. But you can't inject multiple larvae, and my income is beyond what I can do in terms of production. So I really need to settle an extra hatchery somewhere if I want to use up my minerals. I mean, later on, yeah, maybe when I'm building ultralisks or something, I'll run out. But if I just want to produce a lot of other kinds of units, it's hard to keep up the spending with Zerg, with only 2 hatcheries, with each of them being working minerals. So here we have more speedling. Oops. And this time with the carapace upgrade and just the speed, he actually doesn't do a whole lot of damage. I guess he was going some kind of air. Other than medevac, I don't know. I think it's just medevac. So Lings are obviously not going to be able to take out the orbital command. But that's pretty good economic damage to my opponent. I'm going to look at the income here. And yeah, opponent was at around 800 before that. I watched this replay once before I decided to comment it. And I just peace out. And I know he'll just put the command center back down and start up again. But that's enough slowing down. Because now I've transitioned to some hydralisks, seeing that they don't have a lot of mech that can blow it apart easily with splash damage. And I'm working on the lair, so I can get the fully maxed out Zerglings going, which are pretty awesome, and I have a lot of Zerglings, but also the Ultralisks. And although I didn't use them in this game, I understand Bird Lords are a pretty good move against this type of Terran setup as well. So the other good thing I did was I just traded armies and took out their expansion, so that really put me ahead in terms of this. Yeah, now it's a lot easier for me to spend my money, because once you get to tier 3, start throwing around upgrades, throwing around ultralisks, or spire units, all of a sudden the gas and the minerals are a little more sparse. I think the Terran is really wanting to do the 3M drop on me, and this isn't something I was expecting until I ran into it, a bajillion times. Well, no, but in this game, I was a little surprised. Well, I'll show you to see the Terran opts to go on the offensive here and attack my base while they're so far behind. I mean, even before setting up the expansions, we have a attack party coming in for me here, and this has just been so hard for me to counter. So it was actually pretty delicious to win this game handily for a change. Yeah, they go to drop on me. I guess they didn't want to drop the main. It really wouldn't have done much. And I'm going to lose some drones here because, well, geez, I even lose my queen. Hard to notice, but whatever. I should have noticed. I just don't have the units there to really do anything to that army. This is the straight numbers game. Now here again, I'm starting to suspect expansion. So I start sending Zerglings out. This is something. Oh, I also took the high yield, realizing that I have absolute army map control now. So, yeah, out come the speedlings. I'm sending one to each expansion, and having, well, I'll have this Overlord patrol on the eastern side. I really don't think the Terran would expand the eastern side, because they wouldn't be able to defend it, but it's good to look. And seeing the SCVs up here, I decided to just hit. I don't even wait for my stuff. I figure my speedlings can get there first, and they do. And, yep, this command center wants to run away. and it's going to get away. But at this point, I'm packing close to 200 army full out, and level 2 plating on the Zerglings and Ultralisks. I think I'm researching the plating as well, though. Where's my Ultralisk pit? No, not yet, I guess. Well, there's another misplay. And I'd move in with 199 supply for the decisive battle. My opponent's a little under here, so what can you do? And it's the same crap. I hate the siege tank marines nonsense. It seems to counter everything I do. So I just throw some infestor nonsense down all over them here. Yeah, there we go. Take the fungal growth. And that'll keep them from any shenanigans, although the size of my force here is probably the true deciding factor. And that will be a good game. So finally starting to play up a little bit better against the Terrans. I'll see you guys in the next video. Me and team is signing out.